Can I make $100,000 per month as a day trader? We're going to talk about what it's going to take, what I need to do, and the plan for 2023 to make $100,000 per month right here in this video. So make sure you stay tuned. $100,000 per month. It sounds crazy to think about, right? Like, it just sounds crazy because you're like, man, like, how is this guy going to make $100,000 per month trading futures? Well, when you really think about it, when you break it down, when you think about the numbers, let's think about the actual numbers. What is it going to take to make $100,000 per month? Most months have around 20 to 26 days per month. $100,000 per month divided by 24 would give us $4,166. I would need to make $4,166 per day to get to the $100,000 goal. Now, obviously, we know there's going to be some red days. It's going to happen. We know our profit target is $4,000 roughly per day. That would give us a risk per day of around $2,000 per day to lose. Our maximum loss on the day cannot be more than $2,000. $4,000 being our target per day. How many contracts do we need? How many points do we need to make in the market to get to that goal? So $4,000, we could basically make $4,000 off of one trade. 5 contracts times 50, obviously is 250 times 20 would be $5,000. So we would need to trade 5 contracts and get 20 points on the day. Is that realistic? Is that doable? Very realistic, very doable. Today alone, we made 30 points out of the open. 30 points out of the open. We had this another break to the upside here, another 50 points back up. Per trade, we would only need to really get, let's say, 5 contracts times 10 times 50 here would be $2,500 per trade, which is a very realistic goal. We do that, I feel like, almost consistently already. So we would only really need to have 2 good trades per day. Obviously, we're going to have some red days. We're going to have some losers. I would say our maximum loss per trade should be around $1,000, knowing that we have $2,000 as our max loss on the day. Each trade, our maximum loss that we're willing to lose per trade would be $1,000. So we really can only have 2 losers per day, which I feel like is also very realistic. For me, at least with my style right now, I feel pretty consistent and I feel pretty good. I don't really feel like I have back-to-back losers, at least not $1,000 losers back-to-back. So I can manage my risk and be able to stay alive. The goal really is to risk around 4 to 5 points per trade and look to make 10 to 20 points per trade. If we can get over 10 points per trade, meaning, $2,500, $3,000 per trade, that's obviously going to help us with our overall risk and our reward. You can see right here, like getting these breakdowns out of open, we shorted here at the 70s and got to move all the way to the 35s. Today was a really overall beautiful day for trading. So this right here from 70 down to the 35s, that's an easy 40 handle move, just to the downside right there alone on that. So that's 40 handles. All we need is 10 handles per trade. So let's say we short here, we get our first $2,500. And then we have another short, let's say we short right here, and then that's another move from the 25s all the way down there to the 90s. So again, easy to make 10 handles there, easy to make 10 handles here. And then look at this move back up. Same idea, we get the breakout to the upside here, like kind of breaking out there. And we go from the 13, 14 up to 43. So another easy 10 handles there. And then another little breakout to the upside here from the 45s up to 56. So another 10 handles there. I know it sounds crazy. This guy on YouTube talking about making $100,000 per month, but it is doable. The math checks out. I have a good idea. I have a good plan. If you guys want to learn more about trading futures, you want to get into trading futures today, there really is no better way to go about it. To start out trading through the Top Step Combine, to have some rules to follow and go through the Top Step Combine, get into a funded account, and then you keep 90% of your profits. So if you guys want to learn more, there's a link down below to learn more about Top Step. That's 4 opportunities alone today. That's 40 points just taking the minimum target. And then obviously we'd want to get a bigger target per trade there. But in general, you can see that there is opportunity to easily make 20 points per day trading with 5 contracts. The thing is, if I step up to 10 contracts, I only need 10 points per day. I need to make 10 points per day with 10 contracts, and that would hit our goal of $5,000 per day or more, $4,000 being our minimum target, but really we want to make over $5,000 to make up for any type of red day or any type of drawdown that we have. So you can see the math adds up. The math is very realistic, but is it possible? Can I do it? Let's talk about the actual emotion behind that. The emotion to getting to the point of making $100,000 per month. There's a couple things that I have to work on. First off, if I make $2,500, I've got to keep trading. I got to stay focused. I can't get excited. I can't feel any type of euphoria or any type of celebration at all. It's literally got to be, hey, boom, one trade done. Look for the next trade. No talking about, hey, look how amazing I am or anything like that. Like, I've got to stay focused. I can't give into the live stream. Today was a perfect example of that. We got a couple breakdowns and I got a little too excited talking and I missed some really good opportunities. So I need to stay laser focused. And again, I really don't want to just stop when we hit 4,000. If I hit $4,000 in the day, but we really need to make over $4,000 to make up for any type of red days that we're going to have, which we're going to have red days. So on average, we want to be kind of batting for like $6,000 to $8,000 on a good day. A $10,000 day would really get us above and beyond in terms of risk to reward, getting rid of any red days on the month. But in general, we're kind of aiming for that $5,000 area, giving us a little bit of wiggle room if we do have some drawdown, if we do have some red days. And again, the focus here is not needing to get big, massive moves. I don't need a massive move to make money trading with 5 contracts. Trading with those 5 contracts, all I need is 20 points per day. 20 points. So I can literally take 10 points, wait for another setup, and then take another 10 points. So it's very realistic. I just need to keep my emotions in check and understand that I can't just take quick profits. I can't do stupid trades. I can't do any type of scalping. I'm only looking for trades that I know have a possibility and upside potential of at least 10 handles. If I'm going to enter the trade, I don't want to mess with my risk reward. I need a minimum of 10 handles, right? I want to make sure that if I enter a trade, that if I take a chance, if I take the risk, my reward stays throughout all of my trades. When it comes to the actual process, the actual plan, that we know our risk reward, we know the emotion, what I need to do emotionally and mentally to get there, I need to keep trading. That's what it really comes down to. I need to focus on staying in the game. And it sounds funny because in hindsight, it's always like, hey, yeah, I could have kept trading, made more money. I walked away. Sometimes I just get too excited. I make my money in the morning and then I'm like, well, I'm done. I'm going to go to the gym and I kind of just want to go do fun things. But if I want to get to a point where I'm making $100,000 per day, I would really need to continue trading. I pretty much need to trade all day. And that doesn't mean that I need to trade every single second. What that means is I need to be here. I need to be in front of the screen, ready for the best setups. Remember, we're spending time in front of the computer, not to just be trading, but to be there waiting for the perfect setup. And some days we're not going to get those big, perfect setups, not to get those big movers. Today, just an overall, just beautiful end of day move here. I was at the gym when this whole reversal happened. You can see we bounced off the pivot point there. We got that next pivot, got that breakout there. I mean, it was just off to the races and went right back to the 380 area. So from the 76s back to 380s, I mean, that was a beautiful move here end of day. We reclaimed the VWAP. So what do I need to do? I need to stay in it. I got to keep trading. I got to keep the process going. I can't just go away, be done after 2 hours and then be done and just kind of, go and have fun. I need to stay focused and I need to really focus, and I really need to focus on my discipline and being very strict with my entries. No bullshit trades, no scalps, none of that, just staying in it and really trying to make sure that if I enter a trade, that it has all of the things that I'm looking for in terms of my risk, in terms of my reward, and we got to keep that risk reward very consistent. So in January 2023, the plan is to continue to keep trading, to be on the computer for the open, and then keep trading at least to the point where, we either have an amazing $10,000 day in the first 2 hours, or we just basically keep trading all day, and we want to continuously focus on getting to that bigger move, those bigger actions, and really capitalizing off any type of good setups, any type of good moves in the market. I'm trying to be very realistic about the idea that I'm going to have red days, and I've got to accept that. I got to know that my winners need to be, 3 to 4 times larger than my losers in the bigger picture of things, which I think is very doable. We're already online with that. We're already on the path. So what do I need to do? It's just staying in the game, staying focused. So for January, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade the open, and I'm going to really just kind of sit back and wait. I might turn a movie on. I might just sit back and stare at the screen. I don't know, do some editing, whatever it is. I got to stay focused. I got to stay in the game, and I got to cut off my losers. Number one, cut off losers always. And then I've got to be patient. I've got to let these plays play out. Today was a perfect example. I mean, we had a overall exciting morning. I took my profit, but I had a target in my head of like the 30s. I took profit at the 50s. The 30s would have given me another $3,000 or $4,000 in profit. And it's funny because I talked about that 30 area before the market opened. That was kind of like a good area to cover. You know, it went all the way down to the 90s, 790s. So there obviously was more room there. But I think, you know, in the future, when I see the setup, when I have a feeling, when I have a plan, I got to let it work out. I got to let it do its thing. And that's how I'm going to get to the point where I'm making some serious money here. I'm making $100,000 a month. I think it's 100% very doable going forward into the future. And I'm going to just follow the plan. I'm going to follow the risk reward. I'm going to follow the overall concept, the overall strategy, and we're going to keep doing it. So that's my plan. 2023, very, very focused on getting to that point that I want to make $100,000 per month. You know, I'm going to keep having to go to bed early. I'm going to have to keep hydrating and staying focused mentally, physically, going to the gym and being active and taking having the whole process to get to where I want to be, setting that goal for 2023. And I think it's a very doable goal here to get there. $100,000 per month. We're going 2023. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, subscribe button, you know what to do. I'll talk to you guys later on.